Hello, my beautiful plenty friend. Welcome back to Elevate Garden. Thank you for joining us on today's topic. As the topic of today, we will see about little things that matter in the garden, part 2. The part 2 is about the coffee ground. As I was discussing with you a few days ago, I was talking about little things that matter in the garden. The part 1 is about the eggshell. The part 2 is about the coffee ground. Let me give you more beneficial way that you can use coffee ground in your garden. Either you drinking coffee or not, saving coffee ground is very beneficial for the garden. I can explain to you some ways that I've been using the coffee ground and that are very important and beneficial to me in the garden. So if you drink coffee ground or coffee, or you don't drink coffee, you can save coffee ground from everyday uses, or you can resource them from a reliable source. Coffee ground is important and beneficial, and the result cannot be beaten in the garden. I am talking to you by experience. I did use coffee ground in all the way I will list down below for you. The first benefit I will share with you is that coffee ground is a compost activator. What I mean by compost activator is that the enzyme packed in coffee ground make it accelerate the decomposition of the component of the compost. If you don't know what the compost is the organic matter that decompose and that are useful for the garden. Benefit number 2 is that coffee ground work as fertilizer. When you mix this coffee ground in the soil for plant, it contains a lot and a load of minerals that are great for the plant growth. If you're new here, thank you for joining us, and consider subscribing for a lot of important and very fun activity around the garden. Don't forget that today's topic is number 2 of little things that matter in the garden. And don't forget that if you watch the first video, you will realize that we have 4 parts. This is the second part. We did the first part about the eggshell, the second part about the coffee ground. This is what we are discussing today, and the 2 other parts will be coming very soon. Thank you for joining us. Consider subscribing and click on the bell icon to get notified when we upload. Thank you. We will join the number 3 of the beneficial way we can use the coffee ground. The third way that we can use the coffee ground is that it can be used as an repellent for bad insects. In this case, we can put the coffee ground in a bowl near the plant to repel all bad insects. The fourth way that coffee ground can be used is it can be used partially in a production of mushroom. These are the best way that coffee ground can be used in the garden. During my research, I did find some 2 other ways that coffee ground may be used. If you're still here, thank you so much for helping out on this channel. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your support. I'm very grateful. So the 2 bonus way that I'd found in which way you can use coffee ground is that coffee ground is used in biofuel that help cut out in greenhouse emission. The second bonus way is that coffee ground is excellent on skin when it is using in soap or in scrub. That are the two other ways that I've found to use coffee ground. And to tackle the question of, if I don't drink coffee, where can I find coffee ground? As I was saying earlier in this video, I said that if you don't drink coffee ground, you can source coffee ground from a reliable source. So first of all, if you drink coffee, you can save coffee from the coffee you drink, or you can save it from friends that drink it. They can save the coffee ground for you. The reliable sources that I was talking about, if you live in USA, you can source it from Starbucks. You can store it from coffee shop or from any restaurant that serve coffee. Save as much as you can. This is very useful. Useful for the compost, useful for as fertilizer in the garden. So as you can see in this video, I use my 5-gallon bucket to save it. I will save it all winter long when my garden is dormant, because I don't garden outside during winter. So I'll take all my time to save the coffee ground, and this will not go bad. It will be useful for your garden at any time you want to use it. Don't forget that little things that matter in the garden have 4 parts. Part 1, eggshell. Check it if you didn't see that before. Part 2, coffee ground, this one, and 2 remaining parts that I will share with you on the coming week. Please stay tuned and join us to benefit in these important tips. So now back to the part 2, the coffee ground. It is free and very easy to use. So friend, I'm so happy and glad to share this with you, and I hope that you will save some and use in your garden to experiment in your garden on your own. Please, thank you, subscribe to our channel, and thank you for joining us. See you next week. Bye.